Hi, it's Peggy. Welcome back to my channel from the Pearl Forest. I've been doing a lot of sorting it out and using it up. One of the things that I've come across are pages like this that have a design on the edge that you can cut out and make use of somewhere else. So I have a lot of them down here that I've already cut out, so I can cut these out at a later time. And I'm using some adding machine tape. I also have a catalog that had basically brown in the whole catalog. It was basically brown, so I thought that would be very good neutral. What we're making, I'll just show you ahead of time, is strips of paper on the adding machine tape. I have all these that I've already done just from scraps of paper that I have around. This one I did put something on the middle, and you can see they're not done per se. Some of them are long enough to be 11 inches in a big journal. Some are 8.5. A lot of them are 8.5, and some are a little less. So we'll put that up out of the way. At least we will try. Seems to be a landslide up here. Let's see if I can level it. Maybe. There. Okay. So I have made these here, and this is the catalog that I've taken them out of, and I've just by hand cut down the side, and they're not perfectly straight. I'm just basically harvesting the color. Sometimes there'll be additional that you could take. You could do that or something. So I have all of these that I have cut out to use with these other strips that I'm doing on the adding machine tape. So we'll kind of do both. When I'm done, I'll put them in this little bag. So to do the adding machine tape thing, you can see this roll of tape is still a lot here. And I made all of these already from this one roll of tape. So I kind of went with a color generally. Sometimes there'll be a collection of colors, but like these are mostly red oranges with some rainbows. I thought they would be easier to find places for them that way. This is basically blues, etc. So we'll make a little bit more of these. This is one of the neutral ones that we've already made. So, hope you're having a good day here. It's kind of near the end of my day, but it's been pretty productive. So I'm just going to put a little bit over the edge of this piece that was still here and a bunch up here like that. And I don't put a lot of thought into it. I just want it to slightly overlap and go all the way across. Now I could trim it right away, but I've kind of found that saving it for a little bit is actually good, because then it gets the colors to be, or the pattern or the paper to be spread out a little bit more. So we'll just randomly pick these. I thought some neutral browns would be good for some journals. Here's an extra wide one. And you want to peel it up periodically so you don't stick it down to your glue paper. Peel it up before it gets stuck. Okay. And this is just the base. Some of mine I will stamp over later. Some of them I might doodle on with paint pens. Oops, that's that. Some of them I will add like one of these skinnier strips in the middle. Some image pieces, a variety of things like that. These are wide enough that these could be, I'm making sure I'm at least outside the adding machine tape. Usually I turn it over to make sure I'm going straight, but I don't worry about making it exact right now like this, because I can use the cutting, the cutter, paper cut trimmer later to make it trimmed. So now I want to mix those up a little bit. And I would just go along until the length of this was at least 8.5, but it was not too much that I couldn't hang on to and work. So let me just put these back in here randomly. We're up here a little bit. This I just think is a good use of scraps. This was actually quite a hefty magazine catalog, and like I said, it's all in the same hues, color, family, you know, basically these browns in this, because it's, if you'll find if you use a magazine enough, you'll find they actually have their own palette of paint, so to speak, the colors that they print with. And so if you use that magazine, usually whatever's in there will go with whatever else is in there in some way. Now this has a, like near the spine, the kind of glue edge, so I'm trimming that off. So like these are from different pages and I just cut strips of them, but they go together because they're in the same families. Okay, so this is probably 8.5 at least, so we'll check it out. I would probably, generally, if I'm doing this in a mass make myself, I would just keep going until I've used up all of these scraps. So this is 8.5. And one way that I would use them, I would trim this up, whoa, a little more evenly here on the end. Now this isn't trimmed on that edge, but let's do this first. So let's measure it to be the size of our page, and I don't really like the way that ends right there, so I'm gonna actually cut up a little more. So you can see we have quite a bit left still, and we can just keep continuing making more, which I will do off camera. So let's now trim this. We can use the paper trimmer or we can just trim it by hand. And with the two of these here, I'll show you two ideas I have for these, although the sky's the limit. These pieced together scraps are going to be several of the projects that I'm doing lately. So you could put this on the edge of the paper, and I would bump this down so that this little line is not right on the edge of the paper. So you can put it on straight like that, or we could use this one. We'll do one with one way and one with another. This one's drier, so I think I might try the second way. It's easier to cut them when they're dry. So these go together pretty quickly. And it's one way to use up scraps. Okay, so let's first of all put this one on straight like this. We'll use my coffee dyed page here as an example. Come on, pen, get back in there. I should have got this going before we started. Okay. I didn't cut this to length yet. So this could be a belly band, or it could be on the edge. Why don't we make this one, if you did it on the edge, we would go on this side, and this side. But let's make it a belly band, and we'll do the other one as an edge. And since they're all mostly the same coloring, some of these are from magazines as well. Let's see if I can get this trimmed up. So these are nice and sturdy then. Since they're on the adding machine tape, it gives it a little bit of background substance, and it doesn't have any glued edges. It's all smooth on the back, which is what you want for a pocket or a belly band. Oops. So there we have a quick and easy belly band that we can then, you know, put a card under. Sometimes I think my belly bands kind of right up so they're not as flat as I would like them. And then I just have to put more things in there. Okay, let's see. We'll do it on the, should we do it on the inside of this one? Okay, so if we have this and we're going to do page edges, of course we could do a side pocket, but we're going to use page trim. Now we could cut it straight, but I was thinking it would be kind of fun. Not all these lines are straight, so kind of introduce some curve. And rather than make a tuck of any kind or a pocket, instead I'm just going to glue this down flat, if I can get my glue working well enough. Feels like it's partly clogged. It's making me apply a lot of pressure. We'll use the pin on it again before the next one. I really need more light over here. I have a huge pile to this side, which is cramping my desk. That's cat and dog things, plus some decorative images. Oops, come on, all the way to the top. Which I'm trying to get the decorative stuff up here. And the cat and dog albums we need to start soon, and then that stuff will not be up here anymore. Okay, this was a little too long. Needed a little more glue in the corner, so we'll just give it some. So this could be glued onto something else. Not sure what at the moment. Maybe we'll just put it on here. Maybe make that more decorative. Okay, let's see if we can get this moving a little bit. I will get back to some journals soon. Like I said, I think I'm in spring cleaning mode. I'm really pushing to sort things out, but then you end up with a lot you need to use up. So we're going to be making a bunch of ephemera, using things. I got some interesting things at the thrift store the other day that we'll visit soon. And I have a lot of other things in my mind. I did check on the outdoor collaged compost today. And I don't think I'm going to show you a video, but I was thinking I would show you a picture or two or so of how it came out. I did not attend it as well as I would have liked to this winter, so I'll show you how it came out and how my dirt came out as well, so that if you want to consider doing some of that yourself. Okay, we'll put this one on here. Wow, that lined up really nicely. So we'll just keep assembling a little card. So here we go. Here are two side edges, decorations, and here's the belly band. Now, we could decorate it with one of these if we wanted to keep it neutral. We could put like that on. See, it gets a little bit of color at the top, but not much. Oh, here's my little card. Maybe it needs some blue. If this was sturdier paper, you could make it a little mini belly band, but it is not. It's just flimsy magazine, so I'm gonna glue it on flat. See what else we can do to our belly band. And how else we can decorate some of these. Okay. So that's one stripe on there. How about we take one of our, or maybe even three of our circles. That one kind of looks nice, especially if we can edge it. See if I can find, oops, 4 different colors, or 3 I mean. Good to make use of the things that we make. Okay, so put these on. Some people call these scalloped edged circles. Some call them rosettes, or else have people called them? Probably I would just call them scalloped edge circles for the most. And this is one of my punches. And if you didn't see the video about the punched and the old photos, these are punched from old photos. Not sure what that is or that it matters. Gonna put it about the same distance up. And then we'll split the difference for this one. I have a lot of signature pages that are started, which we will also be assigning to books before long. And that's spaced pretty good. So this is pieced from Joey Cardmaker, and it might just be Joey Cardmaker scraps, a journal card. And it's a good size, or it could be a little bigger if you were going to go in here. So that's one. For the card, I would give it some rounded corners. Now we could use some of these on here as well. Could just add another stripe here that goes through, maybe up here around the chimney. Maybe over on this side here, or maybe there could be several of them, although these tend to be more bright. So I'm not sure that I would use them for that. I was thinking we could use them on these. Like we have a pink one. Let's see, we have some some sort of pinky orange. Let's see, we do have some orange in there. Try orange. We have a lot of green, but I'm not sure that I've done a lot of green, although this one has some green on it, so maybe we'll try that one. So these are trimmed 8.5. So they can be belly bands, or they can be big side tucks that go up the whole side of the page. Or you can cut them shorter and they can be belly bands across the page. But I try to leave them the most flexible size possible. Okay, so this one needs green. And I did glue a scrap of some kind down the middle. And there is a little purple there, so maybe we'll put a little purple here. And let's see, maybe put this one on that side, so we'll have like 3 stripes. So let's see. I've been collecting the scraps from all over the house as I go through things. I'm just going to make this a little bit closer. And trying to make some master boards and other things to use them, and I thought the adding machine tape would be good. Oops. So this, I think, kind of anchors things. We'll try some with some paper doily and some pictures on here as well. Now, these are all two-sided. They have different things on these sides. Some of these pink and green ones are a different color on each side, depending on how the magazine catalog page was. So then you can, it's always good to look at the back side of something like that to see which side you really want. For this one, I want the green side. But when I do the pink one, I'm going to want a pink side. And a lot of these pink ones are pink on both sides, but not all of them, like this one. Okay. Put this down on this side. And we'll do this one. And it kind of spreads out some other colors. This was like emeralds, and it didn't go the whole length. This has green of a different kind on the back. I have had papers, magazines, books, art supplies for decades. I've done a variety of crafts, and I no longer do a lot of them generally, so I'm just really trying to use them up and cut them down or thin them out to take up less space and less on hand, but then also to use them. Because isn't that the purpose when we have things, is to use them? I don't know if you can hear that or not, but we just had an airplane fly over low. Generally, we don't. One day I thought we were being invaded because we had a whole bunch of airplanes fly over. They were jets. Reminded me of those old war movies where they're spotting planes. But it was just them flying over. So that's how this one looks. I think it definitely needs something here. And maybe this could be the top and we could angle it, or you can put something there as well. But that's a really good start. Let's do this. These two pink ones, they're sort of pinks. I think this cosmic purpley one would be good on there. And I think this definitely would be good with this bright flowery color. And I did kind of like the 3 on one. So we'll see. My cosmic ones, which this would go with it as well, also come in this orangey color. So I think that would be good there. And maybe we could flip it over here enough to cover up the word ego. And maybe I'll trim this little white edge off. But what could we put here that's a little different? Well, we have that, but it's short. We do have the purpley Cosmo again. Kind of looks nice with a 3. This orange one, we've kind of used the orangey Cosmo kind of one. This is interesting. It's a different kind of stripe than the rainbow stripe. Well, this has yellow. Maybe we could put the alternate yellow up here. I do like the 3 stripes. I think we'll go with those. Okay, so we were going to trim this just a tad. This white line is distracting, I think. And this does look sort of Cosmo star like here. So perhaps we can add something that would be fitting of that. Whoa, don't throw the scissors, Peggy. Okay, it's another piece we can use. Let's see, I don't think we'll use this one down here. Put it in our garbage. Look, I threw something away. I do throw things away. I just have a lot. Okay. Let's do this one. Oops. Okay. Yeah, this one has some flowers on the back. Sorry, this art glitter glue is really slow today. Its exit hole is not very wide. But sometimes we just have to make do. We had a beautiful day here today. I actually got to go out and be outside for a bit. Hope you were able to get outside and enjoy some sunshine too. Get out in nature a little bit. I got to be with my puppy, of course, but also got to be in the ants and potato bugs and lots of worms. I've been rescuing worms lately. We've had a lot of rain and they've been trying to get from one place to another. I saw one the other day in my driveway just stretched out as straight as can be trying to get somewhere, and he had about 20 feet to go to get back to dirt, so I helped him out by scooping him up and giving him a ride. I like to take care of my worms so they take care of me and help make good dirt. Oh, come on, we need to get down here a little more. There we go. I don't appreciate mosquitoes, which as it warms up, we need to really watch standing water, because mosquitoes are no fun. Okay, here's this one. Whoops, not there. Try again. Believe it or not, this really interesting mixture of color here and here was a waffle ad. It had a lot of bright colors. Okay, trim up this extra. And then this one is ready. And for today, I'm just going to put it in my ready to use basket. Let's see, do I have anything I would want to put with it? Some little nature things, some bird houses, lots of bird houses. I have this little piece like that. That could go on there. Not sure that it lands exactly where I would like it to land, though. I also have this paper that's a digital of mine that I thought we could use, but we're not using it on this one right now. Okay, let's glue this on quickly. Maybe we won't glue the last one though, or maybe we won't even glue these so I don't keep you quite as long. Whoops. Okay. You get the idea for these. And oops. Come on, lay back down. So that would be like that. Now this one, this one seems to be longer. I'm not sure why it is so long. I don't know if it's like for 11 or, but they could be in the center, or we could stagger these. And we could put, oops, like a birdhouse on there. If this was a side one, we could do this. Put the birdhouses on there. That would be really cute. And let's see what we can do with this little one. This, first of all, we need to make that straight here. Let's see, we were doing very neutral, but let's jazz it up a little bit. Put purple one in there. We have this blue one. Because we have adding machine tape on the back, we already have a journaling surface. There. What else do we have? We have another purple. We have 2 pinks, 3 pinks. This green one isn't too good. Let's go with the pink. It doesn't have any other writing. So our 3 is our 3 different colors. And we can just nip the corners of this. This isn't quite straight either. I find for paper trimmer might have been better. For journals, that little things like this come in handy to fill in spots. I know some people think these are upside down when you do it this way. I don't know what they meant for them to be, but to me that's what works the best. Okay, so we have this one, which isn't glued yet. And this one that we don't have glued yet. We have our belly band and our page edges. Snip our belly band here. And we're using the medallions from the other day. And we have these two. So these are some things that you can make out of just scraps around, some adding machine tape, gluing the scraps on, or just cut strips of paper if you don't have rolls of adding machine tape, although you can find them at thrift stores or somebody that used to have some in their office and they're not using it anymore. I happen to have accountant people in my life where I've gotten mine. And like I said, the catalogs that have these extra strips here. This and these in here are from the edges of some stationery. Actually, this would look really cute with some birdhouses of some kind across it. And a tall one. So I think in the future you'll see this because I'm going to glue that together. I just noticed that. And we did not use any of our paper doily, but that will be another time. So this is Peggy from the Pearl Forest. Thank you for joining me on this Sort It Out, Use It Up activity. And I hope you come back again sometime soon. Whoops, I'm trying to show you these other things. This will look something like that when I glue it on. Here's our little card that we made, and our belly band, and our either belly band or side tucks, or however we want to use them. We could cut them in half and make 2 pockets out of each one. So take care. Have a day that is full of fun, creativity, and love. See you back soon. Peggy from the Pearl Forest.